that, we welcome you to the Stan Sheriff Center. The theme tonight, Whiteout Night. And you see most of the fans showing up, donning white shirts to support the Rainbow Wahine. The Hawaiian FCU starting lineup scrolling in the bottom right corner of your screen. We are already underway. Nikki Taylor trying to just soft touch it down the line, and Long Beach State will strike first. The 49ers coming in 16-8 overall, 10-1 in the Big West Conference. The Rainbow Wahine 16-5, 9-1 in the league. Bump set goes to Annie Mitchum. And Annie Mitchum now a full-time outside hitter, Chris McLaughlin, able to pound that one down for Hawaii's first point.
That's why I predicted she would be about a month ago. I said, you know, she's going to end up on the outside at some point. And sure enough, she's there now. Great shot, her first contact tonight.
And so Savannah Kahakai, the Hawaii libero, will serve. Long Beach State goes middle set. Ari Shua with the swing. Hawaii able to rally. Nikki Taylor unable to pound that one down, and a free ball coming back over to Hawaii's side. Kahakai the first touch. Noreen Yosia backside to Taylor. Didn't get all of it, and it was dug up by Missy Owens. The swing by Neela Barber sends it cross court and wide. No touch, and it's a point for Hawaii. They jump up.
That was a classic, typical Hawaii Long Beach State rally. Some great defense on the other side, especially by the Beach, picking up balls that I thought were going down, especially that first swing by Nikki Taylor.
So two serving one outside. It's Barber, and she's able to slap it down right in front of Kahakai. This is a series and a rivalry that goes back to the beginning of both of these programs. And Brian Gimilero's 49ers winning the first meeting this season back on October 8th in a 5-set thriller at the Pyramid. Annie Mitchum thrills them for the moment here at the Stan Sheriff Center with another blasty blast.
Well, two great coaches. We saw Brian Gimilero there. We'll take a look at Mitchum as she goes up and over the block. That's the advantage of having a 6'3" outside.
So three serving two. Here it comes from Nikki Taylor. Tops in the conference in aces. Back row set, and Barber goes off the block, kept alive by Hawaii. Mitchum again didn't get all of it, and in fact, just tickles that sideline. It was a tantalizing call by the line judge over there, Bert Kasem, but ultimately it was a point for Hawaii.
Good thing she took a little off, and if she'd hit that full, it would have been way out. Well, off-speed shot, catches the line.
So four serving two. Here it comes again from Taylor. Set goes step out. That's Ashley Murray blocked. Good scramble play by Barber, and a free ball again for Hawaii with the advantage here. Slide goes to Emily Maglio, off the block and down, and that has to feel good for Mags against Long Beach State.
Absolutely. When she played at the Pyramid, she went 3 sets before she got her first kill. Tonight, she gets in here at 5-2 in the first.
A season low 2 kills. Also had 2 errors on 14 attempts against Long Beach State back on October 8th. Taylor brings it again, forces the overpass. Yosia with the swing is blocked and denied by Anita Brinka, 6'2" redshirt sophomore from Latvia. And she was able to read that second touch swing by Noreen Yosia very well.
Smart play by Brinka. She's a beach player, you know, by nature, playing for the Latvian national team.
Here's Taylor on the D set. D standing for demolition.
You know, we talked to Brian Gimilero before the game, and he said, you know that Nikki Taylor, she's something else. I know she's injured, but I sure love the way she plays. She sort of just guts it out.
So 6 serving 3. Here it comes from Annie Mitchum. Tickles the top of that tape. Step out. It's Murray through the block and down. Ashley Murray, 6'2" junior from Torrance, California, out of Bishop Montgomery High School. Enters tonight's match 10th in the Big West Conference in hitting percentage. She's hitting .290 on the year.
She's the Big West Freshman of the Year when she came in 2014. Big West honorable mention last year, and she skies, hits it high.
Tough serve there. Good pass by Kahakai. Taylor from the back row sends it wide, and it's another point for the 49ers. I mean, just so much riding on this match. These two teams separated by a half a game at the top of the standings. You have the subplot of the Conference Player of the Year front-runners, both in action on opposite sides of the net. You get the longtime coaching legends. Good block there by Maglio and Yosia. Forces a free ball. That may have been an out ball. Played by Taylor. Outside it goes. And it is smacked down by McKenna Granado. Wow!
I thought the ball Nikki Taylor took was way out. They played it anyway, and Granado makes her look good. Look at this swing down the line, just rips it. Block, taking her across court away. So she says, okay, I'll just hit my little line shot.
Granado coming off of a fine performance in a couple of matches on the road last week. Good diving layout by the freshman Emma Smith there. From off the net, Granado dug up, put over on the second touch. Great save by Mags. Taylor from the back row dug up by Haley Harward over the net. Little pitter-patter at the tape. Hawaii now with it. Taylor, the dink. Sniffed out by Micah Wilson. Back row, it's Barber. Diving save again, Maglio to the net. Another joust at the net. The Beach with it. Outside the dink by Brinka is blocked back. Now the step out finally ends the rally. It was Kirsty Norville, a 6'2 freshman from Norway, winning it for Long Beach State and still receiving an applause from this crowd.
And some stellar defense on both sides. How about Maglio, the middle blocker? Middle blockers don't usually dig a whole lot of balls. She had 2 of them in that rally.
Middle set, it's Natasha Burns. We mentioned Annie Mitchum going full-time to the outside, and that opens the door for Natasha Burns to get far more reps in the middle, Chris.
Actually, to be honest with you, the door was open for Castillo to fill that spot, but she's been sort of got a nagging leg injury, so Burns has slid in there and is improving daily.
It's 7-14 her last time out against Cal State Fullerton on the road. Got her hands on that swing. Outside, it's Barber by the block, dug up by Granado. You'll see a backside to Taylor with the hammer.
Nikki Taylor quick to point to Noreen EFC and say, that's where I like my set, right there. Brian Gimmelero saying, hey, calm down, don't be disturbed that a bomb just exploded on your side of the court.
We're going to see a lot of those explosions, I think, tonight from both teams. You'll see a forcing the overpass. You'll see it goes back to Burns in the middle.
That was some pretty fancy trickery there. Burns taking that ball with her hands, and the 31 coming right back at her.
The largest lead of this opening set for Hawaii. Welcome back. Let's check out how it works. Presented by Central Pacific Bank. This is just a moment ago, Chris.
Marina Garcia with a great serve, which forces an overpass by Long Beach State. Natasha Burns could have hit it. She steps back instead and gets the ball right back, a 31 set. Something Hawaii has wanted to do, get the middles involved early. And that's how it works when you step back and pass the ball with your hands instead of trying to hit the overpass.
Natasha Burns averaging 1.15 kills per set, looking much more comfortable in that middle position, although a net violation called against Hawaii on that Neela Barber swing.
And Natasha Burns got a little bit aggressive there, got her forearms on the cable.
So Neela Barber, 6'1" senior from Berlin, Germany, a transfer from Marquette. She's the leader on the team, 4.05 kills per set. That's third in the conference. Here's Nikki Taylor. She's the leader in the conference. Shows why. Nikki Taylor with 4.77 kills per set. But these are the 2 front runners for Conference Player of the Year, without a doubt, Chris.
Well, no question. These are the 2 heavy hammers on the left. It's not as good as they get. Although Nikki only hits once on the left. Barber, on the other hand, hits most of her shots on the left. Nikki, most of her shots on the right side of the court.
11 serving 7. Here it comes from Granado. High and away. Barber, the tip shot. Good effort by Mitchum, but to no avail. And it'll be a point for Long Beach State. What a find for Brian Gimmelero, Neela Barber, who after a couple of years at Marquette was looking for a change. She did seek out some different spots and locations, but finally settled on Long Beach State, and Brian Gimmelero could not be happier.
That was a gold mine he got.
And a service error will give the point to Hawaii. I mean, when talking about Neela Barber, Chris, you're talking about the reigning Big West Conference Player of the Week. That's her 3rd award this season, 7th in her career. Remember, that just goes back to last season at Long Beach State.
How about her experience? Over 80 international matches with the German youth and junior national teams.
Here she is. Access denied, though. Emily Maglio right next to Nikki Taylor, shutting the door on Neela Barber.
This may be Hawaii's most effective and efficient block. The Taylor and Maglio duo. They get up and they get over.
So 13 serving 8. Here it comes from Kahakai. Now they go slide to Murray. Was a little bit mistimed. Chance now for Hawaii. Mags in the middle. Didn't get all of it. Paint brushes it down to the floor.
Smart move. She did not get the set she wanted, I don't think. She was also in a little bit too early. So she does the safe thing and just keeps it in play and puts it in the campfire.
So already Emily Maglio with a couple of kills. That matches her total in that first meeting with Long Beach State in California. Barber tried to sneak it down the line, goes off the block and out. She is so savvy a hitter, so much like Nikki Taylor on the Hawaii side of the net.
You saw what she did there. She wiped it off the outside blocker's hand. The play before that, she tipped it over the middle blocker. The play before that, she rips it cross court.
And a miscue on the pass that time by Calais Greeley winds up an easy put down in the front row there for Anita Brinka, and it's a point for Long Beach State. 10 serving 14. That's a better pass by Greeley, and that is a pounding put on that set by Emily Maglio.
Maglio beat Ari Shua to the spot on that 31 set. One of Hawaii's, I think, strategies tonight is to make Long Beach State's middles move more. Touch them all?
One of C-Mac's patented touch-em-alls from the service line there, Nikki Taylor.
Well, it is sort of baseball season a little bit. It only ended like last night, right?
Hey, everyone still has Cubby fever after that fantastic Game 7 for sure. Nikki Taylor, she could do nothing but sort of smile to herself after that out serve. Hawaii's still up by 4. Here's Maglio, the touch. Someone may have come into the net, no call. Murray hits it into the net, so it winds up a point for Hawaii anyway. And Dave Shoji up arguing the call. He wanted the point a little earlier in that sequence. By the way, the officiating crew. On top of the ladder, it's Dan Apol. Down on the floor, Ernie Ho, and the line judges Kevin Chun and Bert Kasem. 16 serving 11. Middle set, that's Norville, dug up by Kahakai. Back row, Mitchum!
One of the advantages of having Annie Mitchum play at least one rotation to the back, she can hit that pipe as well as anybody.
Unleashes and forces Long Beach State to signal a timeout. Hawaii up a half dozen. Welcome back. Let's take a look at the series record sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resorts. It is a series that goes all the way back to the 70s. Hawaii leading 30-18-1. The last meeting was back on October 8th, 2016. Long Beach State winning yet another 5-set thriller. It seems as though there is a thriller every time these two teams hook up on the floor. Ken Granado is dug up. We return to live action. Murray from off the net. Chance here for Hawaii. Mags on the slide. Pinballed around on the Long Beach State side, but they'll say that there was a lift somewhere in there, so it's a point for the Rainbow Wahine.
Every chance Noreen Iasia has a chance to set the middle, she's going. She's feeding Maglio. She's feeding Burns. We're getting all kinds of action, which should open things up for the pin hitters later on.
And again, Long Beach State a little out of sync in the middle. Now, Kirsty Norville is just a freshman. This is her third straight start, in fact. There's not a lot of experience for her in that middle position, and maybe that an example of it right there.
Exactly. They had to move Murray to play opposite. It's changed the dynamic tremendously.
Good swing by Anita Brinka, but Taylor able to keep it alive. Chance for the 49ers. They go to Murray on that opposite side. She's blocked. Free ball again coming for Hawaii. Trying to keep the pressure on. Mitchum from the back row. Took something off. Saved by Barber. Brinka from the outside. Diving save Mitchum. Middle set to Maggs. Makes it work.
What a dig by Annie Mitchum. My goodness gracious. Who says the big girl can't play in the back row?
That is 6'3". A middle blocker, as she is listed on the roster, of course, now converted to the outside hitter. Digging lips. Here's Taylor from the back row. Dug up over the net by Barber. Maglio with the first contact. Outside, it's Granado. No blockers up.
Unbelievable. You see this opening up the pins. Boy, he set the middle so well. The pins are now open for either no blockers up like that or maybe one blocker up. Granado just feasting on that set. Granado, by the way, had a great road trip, hit for a very high percentage, and she is coming into her own.
Now has 2 kills on 4 swings here tonight, and Annie Mitchum deals an ace out of the deck. Hawaii leads make that their third in the Big West Conference in service aces. They have 2 of the top 3 servers in terms of scoring from the service line. And Nikki Taylor and Noreen you'll see on the squad, and the slide put down by Ashley Murray there. Now, by contrast, Long Beach State not known to score as much from the service line. In fact, they're darn near at the very bottom of the conference in that category.
You know, they rely on their defense so much. I think Brian Jamero says, just keep your serves in. Make them tough, but let's keep it in. They serve very few balls out.
Haley Harward comes in.
I just botched them. Just
serves it into the net.
I'm sorry. I think it was the botch.
The folks wearing white in this building, they'll forgive you on that one. Claire Marie Anderson now comes in. She will serve. How about this double-digit advantage that Hawaii has opened up here in this opening stanza? Pass tight to the net, and they were waiting. Missy Owens tried to go for the dump shot, but McKenna Granado was there. There's some good scouting, good coaching. You know, Jeff Hall worked very hard in putting the scouting report together, and he had on that scouting report, watch when the setter's in the front row, she likes to dump it. And it is a aloha ball for Hawaii in the first. Barber from the back row blocked. Outside it goes to Brinka, blocked. On the right side, the swing by Owens kept alive by Smith. Burns whiffs in the middle. And it's a point by default for Long Beach State. Not a bad time to go to Burns there. I know Nikki Taylor was available on the backside, but the more you'll see it can get used to setting Burns, especially that 31 set, which is a very difficult set to hit, and it's a difficult set to block as well. Served by Brinka, still aloha ball for Hawaii. Here's Burns in the middle, good contact there, and it hits the Terraflex. And look at that score. Set number 1 goes by in a flash. They're playing like they're double parked. The Rainbow Wahine win by a dozen, 25-13 in the first.
Rainbow Wahine Volleyball on OCSports is sponsored by Straw and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match, Chris.
Well, for Long Beach State, it's B&B. No, that's not bread and butter. That's Neil Barber, who leads their team in kills and digs, and Anita Brinka, the other foreigner on the outside from Latvia. Hawaii's got to slow them down, and for Hawaii, they've got to pass. They got to get that middle attack going, and certainly in the first few points, they have gotten those middles working, to be sure.
Strong outings in that opening set by Emily Maglio. 5 kills on 7 swings, no error. She's hitting .714. Remember, Chris, she had just 2 kills total the first meeting between these two teams back in early October. Annie Mitchum backed her up with 4 kills on 5 swings. She is also thus far error-free.
So between the two of them, they're hitting like 780.
Hawaii as a team hitting .406 in that first set compared to .083 for the Beach. So what do you expect here? Hawaii running away in that first set, 25-13. I anticipate, you think, Long Beach State will forge a response. It doesn't happen on the first serve, though, as it is tipped out of bounds by Neela Barber, and it's a point for Hawaii.
Yeah, let's say these two teams are much closer than that first set indicated. If Hawaii rests on their laurels too much, they're going to find a very good Long Beach State coming back at them.
Slide goes to Murray, and she's able to swoop in and send it right by that block and past the effort of Savannah Kahakai. By the way, that was Long Beach State's most lopsided loss in a set since their match versus Duke, where they lost the set 25-11. That was back on September 9th. Emily Maglio adding to her total. You know, this is so far a role reversal. We're seeing Hawaii handle the ball very well. We're seeing Long Beach State having some issues with ball control.
You're right, Kano. Normally, Long Beach State, just a solid passing team, one of the best passing teams in the country, in my opinion.
Good serve again by Taylor. That was questionable set that time as far as the contact was concerned. And a little mix-up on Hawaii's side. So a free chance here for the 49ers. It's Murray against the double block. Diving save Kahakai. Yosia goes outside to Mitchum. Right there is Brinka. Back row set to Barber. Blocked by Meggs. They'll go right side to Murray into the antenna. That block by Hawaii, even though they're not necessarily totaling statistical blocks, they are touching almost everything, Chris.
Yeah, the block is much improved. Obviously, the scouting report has been very solid in knowing what Long Beach State hitters are going to do.
3-serve 1, here it comes from Nikki. Tickles the tape. Pass by Haley Harward, who, by the way, has just been put in at the libero position. We were talking with Brian Gimolero before the match, and he was saying that she actually had to go to the hospital last week. She was ill and had some sort of infection. They were pretty worried about her, but she makes the trip. He didn't think that he would start her at libero, which he decided not to do, but here she is in set number 2, and she was just phenomenal when these two teams met back in early October.
27 digs.
Mitchum. Ain't no digging that.
Mitchum, one blocker. That's what goes on when Emily Maglio draws a crowd. She ran the slide maneuver there. And Long Beach bid on it because she's had so many sets tonight. All of a sudden, here's Mitchum out there one-on-one.
It's a 4-0 rainbow run. Oh, what a pass by Barber. She is the leader in digs on this team, as well as their best hitter. Mitchum from off the net. A net violation called against the 49ers, but it wouldn't have mattered. Mitchum was able to slice that one down. 6 kills now for Annie on 8 swings.
Do you think Annie's getting more comfortable on the outside?
I would say so. She is bringing the thunder.
She said she was uncomfortable, didn't like to play out there, and all of a sudden, she looks very comfortable.
Barber off of one leg, save Kahakai. Slide, Meggs off the block and down. It's clockwork right now, Chris.
It really is. It's like a Swiss clock.
Timeout, Long Beach State. Well, the Rainbow Warrior volleyball team coming out in full uniform. That awkward moment when you show up on whiteout night and you forget to wear white. Let's go inside the numbers presented by Heineken. 1.38, that's blocks per set for Hawaii's Emily Maglio. Best in the Big West Conference and 21st in the NCAA. And we have seen her touch a ton of those Long Beach State swings so far tonight. Hawaii winning the first set 25-13. They're up 7-1 here in the second. Taylor from the back row, dug up by Barber. Beautifully done. In the middle, it's Shue, blocked and roof. Maglio saying, Apole.
Maglio picks up her second block of the night. How about her attacks? 7 kills, no errors in 10 tries. Hawaii hitting 447. 667 in this set.
And an ace! Nikki Taylor with her 36th ace of the season. It is now an 8-0 run for the Rainbow Wahine.
I'm in shock, to say the least.
Another ace!
A second timeout being called by Brian Gimolero, and we haven't even reached 11 points yet.
You have got to be kidding. Welcome back. Let's check out the First Hawaiian Bank top 3. Big West service aces. Good timing, too. We just saw Nikki Taylor unleash back-to-back aces. She's tops in the conference.
Her parents, Graham and Kim, we got a shot of them there.
Harley Keikaoha of Hawaii, UC Irvine in the number 2 spot, and Noreen Yosia is 3rd. You got to be joking. That's 3 straight. That's a hat trick.
And against what I think is a very good passing team. I watched them practice last night, and they were flawless. I mean, flawless. Great passing. And tonight, Hawaii's made their passing pattern look a little bit fragile.
Taking something off this time. Slide goes to Murray, trying to apply the tourniquet right now for Long Beach State. It's Mitchell. Dug up by Harward. Outside the swing by Brinka, off the block and down, and boy, was that needed from the 49ers standpoint. And what an applause here from the Stan Sheriff Center faithful for that 10-0 Rainbow Wahine run.
And how about the run going back to the first set?
Yeah, it was 23 coming out of that timeout, going back to that first set. In the middle, the touch shot by Norville finds the floor. So a couple of consecutive bounce-back points, if you will, for Long Beach State.
Don't count this Long Beach State team out. They are well coached, they're talented, and they will not give up, trust me.
So officially with that out serve now, 22-3 is the run that we've identified for the Rainbow Wahine going back to that first set. I mean, how do we start to explain this?
These are the two best teams in the conference. How do you explain it?
Step out goes to Murray. Block got the fingertips on it. You'll see it goes middle to Maglio. Saved there by Barber. Murray again off the block and out. So the 49ers showing some signs here, trying to stay afloat. Still trailing by 8 here in the second set. Now, this Hawaii team tonight, Chris, we talked about it during the break. They look extremely prepared. Explain.
Well, they've watched more film this week on one team, Long Beach State, than they have any other team all year long. They know the magnitude of this match.
And another smackdown by Mags.
A lot of film watching and a lot of role playing by the B team. And you know, on Brian Giamalero's side, you got to remember he's got players like Ashley Murray playing out of position. Normally she's a middle. She's had to go out to the outside because of sickness to Grahovac.
Nikki Taylor will take on the setting responsibilities. Goes to Granado and a net violation against Long Beach State. It's a point for Hawaii. The Rainbow Wahine now leads 14-4, so a double-digit advantage again. Remember, they won set 1 by 12. We got a substitution here as Peyton Grahovac, 6'2" sophomore from Orange, California. She's been dealing with some health issues as of late as well. Enters the match. High and away, the set goes to Brinka, and she's able to pound it off the block and out. But it's not just the preparation. There seems to be a state of mind that this Hawaii team began this match with that has carried through at least to this point.
It's almost like they're playing with a chip on their shoulder. Like, you know what? We didn't put our best foot forward at the pyramid. To watch both of our feet come forward tonight. That kind of attitude, you know?
So far, that's been the case. Still a lot of volleyball to play, though. Good pass there on the serve receive. Taylor from the back row. Sends it down.
Couple new wrinkles tonight for Hawaii. Mitchum hitting out the pipe out of the back row. Nikki Taylor hitting the pipe out of the back row.
It's now 4 kills for Nikki. Nikki Taylor, who had 28 kills and 19 digs the first meeting between these two teams, and that set just way off the mark there. Chance for Hawaii. It's Granado off the block and down. The onslaught continues.
Broken play. Hawaii somehow manages to pull it out and continue to hit at an incredibly high percentage. In this set, they're hitting 571 for the match, hitting 457. And for Long Beach State, hitting 056 in this set, hitting 074 for the match. Those are not good numbers, not typical Long Beach State numbers anyway.
No, this is not a Long Beach State team that we would normally recognize. Slide, and that's Norville blocked back. Bumped up over the net. You'll see it goes middle to Burns. And Missy Owens, the setter, was there waiting. 6'1" sophomore from Yorba Linda, California.
I think they're starting to finally key on Hawaii's middles and commit on them, which I think should open up the outside. We'll see if the OCS starts setting the pins more often.
Rachel Nieto with the serve for Long Beach State. High and away, set goes to Taylor over the double block. Kept alive by Barber, who'll get the set on the outside. The save there by Kahakai. Taylor a second time, the touch shot. Good diving effort that time by Michael Wilson, but it'll be a Hawaii point. Annie Mitchum enters back into the front row. Kenna Granado will serve.
Granado just made a really smart play there when she saw that Barber was in trouble. She pulled her hands away so Barber couldn't tool her hand on the broken play.
Granado with that knuckleball float serve. Put over on the second contact. A little patty cake back and forth. Mitchum will get a swing out of it. Dug up by Brinka. Middle set, Shue. Dug up by Yosia. Kahakai able to get the second contact. Free ball coming here for the Beach. Outside, Barber. Good save, Kahakai. Second touch, Yosia. Mitchum bumps it over. We'll do this again. Barber winds up, uncoils, misses the floor wide. Point for Hawaii.
Well, you know, I think I want to challenge this to see if there's a touch in the block.
We got some Pilau fans here at the Stan Sheriff Center. They're waving around red cards. I'm not sure if you can see it.
The cards have come out already.
There you go. Brian Gimilero, who in Long Beach State's very important, at least from Hawaii's perspective, lost to UC Irvine a couple of weeks ago.
Red card on the final point.
A red card on the final point. He actually received a yellow card, but it was his second of the match, and it was in the 5th set on match point, and so it gave Irvine the final point for that victory. And yeah, I guess the fans here heard about that.
Yeah, they did. It was well publicized.
You know, it's interesting, Long Beach State, after that match, actually protested the conclusion because they thought that there was an in-out call that was wrongly ruled, as Burns got a good swing, but it was dug up. You'll see it chases down the bump set. Mitchum off the block. Right there is Barber. Now Murray. Kahakai the save. Here's Taylor. Kahakai plays the ricochet. Bump set to Mitchum. And she does it again. 7 kills for Annie Mitchum. But getting back to the protest, Chris, not only was that match played or concluded under protest, but the first meeting with UC Irvine back on September 24th has actually been, to this point, ruled a no contest. There was a libero substitution by UC Irvine in the second set of that match that was ruled an illegal one. So Irvine basically missed out on a point. It was a point that went to Long Beach State. Long Beach State ends up winning that match in 5. Irvine played the rest of the match under protest. They were even considering possibly replaying the match from that stage in the second set as Kahakai delivers an ace. But so far it's a no contest, which is why Long Beach State basically has one less match than everybody else in the conference.
And it's going to remain that way, I think. It's just a no win and no loss for either team.
There's Barber on the outside, off the block and out. Yeah, so because of the protest, the conference reviewed and they actually ruled that it was wrongfully called an illegal libero substitution. So Irvine was in essence correct. And it was just a matter of what do we do with that match. And as of now, as you said, basically, it just didn't count. Good save there by Mitchum, two-handed. Gets the swing. Diving save over the net by Harward, but it sails out of bounds, and it's a point for Hawaii. Annie Mitchum is just locked in.
Yeah, she really is. She's hitting the ball high and hard, over the block. She's making the finesse plays at the net, digging balls in the back row, bringing all of her game. Tom Pestalacci's got to be bursting with pride.
Maybe the best server in the conference. Nikki Taylor forces the overpass, but Emily Maglio couldn't find the floor on what appeared at first to be easy pickings.
Finally, a chink in the armor for Maglio. Her first error of the night in 13 swings. She's still hitting .538.
Here's Harward. Pass by Kahakai. Back row set to Taylor. Hard angle wide to the near side. So another point for Long Beach State. They still trail by 11 here in the second set.
If Long Beach State were to get even one more point, I'd call, if I were Dave Soji, I'd call timeout and remind his players not to allow Long Beach State to get into any kind of a rhythm going into the third set.
The dig there by Harward on the Maglio swing. Now Brinka puts it down in front of Savannah Kahakai. Yes, this is the first lull that you can describe for Hawaii. And yet it is still a 10-point differential.
So Dave Shoji's up off the bench, but not calling timeout. We'll see. Telling the girls that they're going to try to figure it out, and they did.
When in doubt, go to Annie. She has the hot hand. It's now 9 kills for Annie Mitchum on 15 attempts.
That's playing some volleyball, I tell you. Well, she's got 4 digs to go along with it. She's hitting 600 on the night. Well, she had a great serving run in the first set.
Outside, it's Brinka. You'll see got the touch, diving save by Kahakai to keep things alive. 49ers go right side. That's Grahovac. And she's able to get the 49ers point. Grahovac, whose dad Mike played professional baseball, was also the head coach at Concordia University.
Grahovac, a two-time All-CIF player, Big West All-Freshman team. Hit .308 last year, good number.
Michael Wilson, who started at libero with the serve. Wide wheel dug up by Barber. Outside it's Brinka, the dink.
The scouting report had her as a potential dinker. Brinker the dinker.
I figured you were going there.
Brinka the dinker.
And it's a Brinka dealing with a labrum tear. She is a little bit farther removed from that injury than Calais Greeley, but a similar injury that she's dealing with, and he's continued to play through it. Taylor blocked and roof. That's Anita Brinka. Looks like the labrum's okay. Redshirted last year because of that injury. Hurt her ankle late in the match versus Hawaii in early October. Missed some time, but getting the block there. Long Beach State within 8. The crowd trying to urge the home team on. That'll help. Service error into the net, and that ends a 6-1 49er run.
Hawaii hadn't scored there. I'm positive Dave showed you would have called a timeout so as not to let Long Beach get too much momentum. How about the award she got nominated for? Academic All-American Award.
Brinka the swing. Kept alive by Taylor. Granado. You betcha.
How did she get it through the 6'2", 6'2" block there? She somehow finds a way to find the seam. Oh, she took line. She's continuing to take her across court, so she just goes line.
Aloha ball in the second for Hawaii, up double digits. And it will be a violation against Hawaii. Grahovac was able to find that corner anyway, so a point for Long Beach State. Remains aloha ball for Hawaii. I mean, fans entered this building hopeful. I don't think anybody thought that this could possibly transpire through the first 2 sets. You'll see in the joust, kept alive by the 49ers, but a free chance here for Hawaii to end things in the second. Granado, dug up by Harward. Back row set, Brinka. Diving save, Taylor. So Yosia goes middle to Burns. Burns again at the net, and a net violation called against the Beach. That's a point for Hawaii, and they win set 2 by double digits again. Hawaii dealing against Long Beach State in the biggest match of the year.
Rainbow Wahine Volleyball on OCSports is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii, Kaiser Permanente, and Island Air.
Welcome back to the Stan Sheriff Center, taking a look at the McDonald's match statistics through 2 sets. Hawaii has outscored Long Beach State by 22, Chris McLaughlin.
Well, the stats speak for themselves. The game scores were lopsided, and so are the statistics. Look at the kill percentage, 319 Hawaii hits. They normally hit around 265, and Long Beach State hitting 095. Way too many errors. They had 11 of them, and there are the digs about even. Hawaii a few more. But look at the service aces to errors. Hawaii with 5 aces to Long Beach State's none. It was basically a rout. But I tell you, if I'm Hawaii, I got to be really careful about getting overconfident. This is a good Long Beach State team that beat them, less than a month ago at the Pyramid. So they are definitely capable of coming back and giving Hawaii all they can handle. They had better be respectful of how good this Long Beach State team is and how good their program is. And
how good that coach you just saw in the huddle is, Brian Gimolero, who is considered one of the masterminds in this sport.
He's in the Hall of Fame, the ABC. He's in the great coaches of the last 25 years. He's in the ABCA Hall of Fame. He wins over 80% of his matches. They're just flat out. They've won 3 national championships. So it's a much storied program. And I tell you, I have a feeling that he said the right words between sets 2 and 3, and they'll come out playing a lot better.
Need tickets to an upcoming UH contest? Visit HawaiiAthletics.com, call 944-BOWS, or visit the Stan Sheriff Center box office. 3 easy ways to get your seats for exciting UH sports action.
There's another statistic. Hawaii set the middle 35% of the time in the first 2 sets. They normally set it about 20%. So a big jump in that statistic. And their middle's hitting 375 as a pair. Natasha Burns and Emily Maglio. Maglio hitting 467.
But the irony of this also being billed as a battle between the 2 frontrunners for the Conference Player of the Year award, and Mila Barber for Long Beach State and Nikki Taylor for Hawaii. Speaking of which, here's Taylor on the swing, blocked back. Love set will go to Nikki a second time, blocked back again. You'll see it. How about number 3? It's a charm.
How about the way Iosia knew that the middle blocker Shui was going to go the other way. She's just a freshman. She'll learn in this league what the setters do, and they do a lot of repeating in this league, going back to the same hitter. And Nikki Taylor just made the most of that.
Taylor with 5 kills. Barber also with 5 kills. So as I was mentioning, the irony of it is we have other names and other players who have stepped up to sort of steal the spotlight, if you will, tonight. And that's been one of them right there, Emily Maglio.
Boy, Mags has really got to go. It's almost like she's playing, like I said earlier, with a chip on her shoulder. She was not pleased with her performance at the Pyramid, where she had 2 kills all night long.
Hawaii up 2-0. Middle set, the dink works. Sort of an excuse-me point there for Eri Shua, 6'4" freshman from Nanjing, China.
Got a gold medal in the 2014 Chinese National Student Games.
We'll see her playing it off of the net. It's an ace for Long Beach State. Good timing on that one, Mila Barber, with her 16th ace of the season. Pass by Mitchum. And the middle set mistimed. And Hawaii out of sorts in the last several sequences here, Chris.
Well, we're trying to pick on Annie Mitchum, but Annie Mitchum refuses to fold. Her passes have been pretty good up to the net.
Here she is again, another decent pass. She'll get the set on the outside. Oh, my goodness.
I have not seen her hit that velocity all year. Not one time have I seen her hit that velocity. That was a major heater. She was not happy they lost 2 points in a row.
They were 16, Annie. Track 16.
Wow.
10 kills, 16 swings, 0 errors. She's hitting .625. And Nikki Taylor, interestingly enough, that was just her 2nd service error of this match. She had served 15 times in the first 2 sets.
She got that big run that put Hawaii out in double-digit lead.
Pass tight to the net. Iosia says you'll see you later on the Murray attempt.
That's just savvy play right there. Iosia is really good at winning those little jousts at the net. Good serve by Mitchell.
Murray again in the middle. Played off the ricochet by Taylor. Here's Granado, set a little far outside. So a chance now for the 49ers. Brinka blocked. They go backside. That's the swing by Norville. Dug up. Back row set to Mitchum. She is just bringing the heat every time she makes contact. Where does Iosia go here? She tries to go on the second touch. And it works. Disarray on the Long Beach State side, and that's been kind of a theme. Very uncharacteristic for a Brian Gimolero coach team to show that kind of disarray.
Actually, that dump was not a very good shot by Iosia. It was right to a digger, but Long Beach State just could not make anything of it.
Norville. Maglio waved at it. Granado swings it over. Now middle, it's Murray, blocked and roofed. Mags closing the door.
Maglio is just such a good blocker for what she is. The best blocker in the Big West and one of the best blockers in the country.
Conference leader, as we showed you. 21st in the country coming into tonight. Barber from the back row. It's a net violation called against Hawaii. We'll have Emma Smith checking into the match for the Rainbow Wahine. How many years has it come down to these 2 teams in this conference? You'll see it. Middle to Mags, the dink. Now outside, it's Brinka. Right there is Taylor. Had it covered. High and away. Granado, the big swing. Blocked back. Smith keeps it alive. From off the net, Granado. Got good heat on it. The save by Harward. Little back and forth action. Joust at the net. The Beach keeping it alive. Brinka from off the twine. Chance here for Hawaii. You'll see it. To Maglio. Blocked. Kahakai has to set. Bump set outside to Granado. Diving save, Harward. But to no avail. Point Hawaii. They're back up 2.
Again, a classic Long Beach State University of Hawaii rally. All kinds of digs, some good swings. But that last quality swing by McKenna Granado.
And that will be a mishit on the second touch there by the setter.
I'm not sure it's the best decision that time by Missio is to go to her knees and try to set that. That was a difficult ball to set. Bump setting, in retrospect, would have been a better idea.
State serving 5. How about that serve? Just barely got over. Outside, it's Brinka blocked. As Natasha Burns is back in the middle. Barber from the back row, dug up over the net by Maglio. Slide to Murray, blocked and roofed. Hawaii is suffocating this Long Beach State offense.
It's a great way to describe it, that Hawaii is either getting the blocks, getting the digs, or just keeping the ball alive, getting touches.
Let's take a look at tonight's Jack Fact. Beasts of the Big West. Yes, in the 15 seasons, Long Beach State and Hawaii have both been members of the Big West. And remember, the Rainbow Wahine sandwiched that membership around a time in the Western Athletic Conference. The Bows or the 49ers have been crowned champions 13 times. Hawaii with 8 titles. The 49ers with 5. Returning to live action, Ashley Murray goes off the block. And yeah, it always seems to come down to these two teams. Now, if you're thinking about a couple of the other championships in those years where they've both been members, Pacific was also one of the elite members of this conference for, of course, the duration of their membership. Taylor off the block, pinballed around. Barber blocked back. I guess that Hawaii block has just been incredible. You'll see a D-set to Taylor. Finishes the deal.
Hawaii's just making the most of every broken play, every long rally. They seem to get that final terminating shot. This one by Nikki Taylor. One before by Granado.
You'll see the serve on 10-6. Slide to Murray. Blocked and roofed. She got a face full of it from McKenna Granado.
Hawaii's blocked so disciplined. Very few errors along the net. They're penetrating just right without going over.
Something different.
Biggest lead of this third set for Hawaii. Another difficult first pass. Barber off one leg, dug up by Kahakai. So chance for Hawaii. And back set to Taylor is blocked. They'll say that it was an extra touch by the Rainbow Wahine. So that one ends sort of in anticlimactic fashion, but it's a point for Long Beach State. And Dave Shoji with a word for his setter there.
Yeah, it was the right call. You'll see her trying too hard to get the ball to Nikki Taylor.
Megan Krudoff into serve. Straight into the twine it goes.
Unusual that Long Beach State now has 5 serving errors in the night out of 36, 37 tries. That's very unusual, very high percentage for them.
See the service errors. Just 2 for Hawaii. And another mistimed middle set. Free chance for Hawaii. Outside, Mitchum. Kaboom!
What'll happen there? Natasha Burns went hard to the 31. Long Beach State bid on it. See Shui bid on it, and it gives Annie Mitchum a one-on-one on the outside. That's feast time for Annie Mitchum.
11 kills for Mitchum. She entered tonight's match averaging 2.63 per set. Here's Shui, dug up by Yosia. So back bump set Kahakai to Mitchum, and she'll just free ball it over. High and away, Barber. They're able to plug it through that Hawaii proposed block. That was Burns and Taylor, so a formidable one for sure.
Barber leads the way for this team with 6 7 kills now, I think, but she's also got 5 errors. Always got to be careful about not letting her get hot. She can really tear a team apart.
Burns and Shui battle above the tape. And then it was Barber and Taylor, interestingly enough, 2 of the top players in the conference battling above the net, but it was won by Barber on that occasion.
Now, a few of the bang-bang plays are starting to go Long Beach's way as well. The first 2 sets, almost every bang-bang broken set play went Hawaii's way.
Pass by Kahakai. Outside set, Annie Mitchell laying the smackdown.
Where did that come from? She's hitting at velocities now I haven't seen all year. Even when she was playing in the middle, she wasn't hitting this hard. And to think that she thought, I can't play on the outside. I'm not very comfortable out there. That's what she said a month ago.
Barber, oh, right back at you, she says. Now, what was funny was during the intermission, we saw the men's volleyball team, Charlie Wade's crew, come out, and on this height net, they did sort of an exhibition, just whoever could bounce the ball the highest off of the Terraflex.
Mitchum could have been in that exhibition.
I was about to say that. Here she is again. The block gets the touch. Outside, it's Brinka. Sends it wide. Was there a touch for Hawaii? No, and it's a point for the Rainbow Wahine.
Annie Mitchum, like we said a month ago, she said, I really like playing in the middle. I'm really uncomfortable on the outside. Hey, she's going against the second best team in the league, or arguably the first best team in the league. You take your pick. She's 12 kills, no errors, and 20 tries, hitting 600.
And then you got that. The most dangerous server in the conference in Nikki Taylor.
4th ace of the night. Proud Papa Graham right there.
Slide. That's blocked back. And Roof. Grahovac runs into that Rainbow Wahine wall.
And that's a big block on that side. I'm surprised the set didn't go to the left side where Hawaii's smallest blocker is. You'll see it. Instead, it's going right into the 6'3 Mitchum and the 6'3 Maglia.
Ryan Gimolero, I mean, he has to feel shell-shocked. And you can kind of see it in some of the body language of this 49er team. And that is another poor pass forced by the Nikki Taylor serve that winds up a Hawaii point. It is 18 serving 10 in the third. Hawaii won the first 25-13, the second 25-15. Just barely misses that end line. Did Nikki Taylor on that serve, and Dave Shoji, he's going to grab the green card. We've seen a lot of red cards floating around the arena, but Dave Shoji grabbing a green card for the review. Let's see.
Oh, I think he's going to get that one.
I think so.
I think he's got that one.
Ernie Ho coming over wants to just make sure what part of that play Dave Shoji's reviewing.
There was only one thing in the play.
So the review is going to be whether or not that serve by Nikki Taylor is in or out. Let's see, from this angle.
That's definitely.
That looks in from this angle. And if it is in, if it is overruled, remember it was called out, so that's a key here. It has to be convincing enough. And yes, it was. So Dave Shoji, the successful review. Nikki Taylor, ace number 5. It is all sweetness here at the Stan Sheriff Center tonight.
Raises his fist to the crowd like, yeah, I got one. Here's Mafala. She's getting into it. She can't wait to play next year. Watch her. She's a good one.
It is all good for this Rainbow Wahine squad tonight. Another blast of a serve by Taylor. Grahovac soft touches it over. Hawaii goes slide to Maglio through the block and down. Net violation against the 49ers. Hawaii opens up a double-digit lead again.
This is
cathartic.
It really is. I'm in shock. Again, double-digit lead against a team this good. Against a team that's this well coached. But you know what, Brian Gimelero's credit. He's had some players sick and injured, but so has Hawaii. Hawaii said, they've had Clay Greeley pull out of the lineup. She was a starter for 2 years.
He commented on just the similar situations both teams have been fighting through this season with injuries on his side, illnesses. And that time it goes off the block and out, so a point for the 49ers.
But you look back on the history of this team, and Hawaii leading the all-time series, but there was that stretch, remember, when Long Beach State ended Hawaii's season 5 out of 6 years, 89, 90, 91, 93, 94. Mitchell, another big swing, got the touch, another kill for Annie. And she will now retreat back to serve. But you look back on all of that, and then most recently, the bitter memory of a 5-set loss at the Pyramid in front of a huge crowd there. And Hawaii tonight exercising those demons, at least on this particular occasion.
Long Beach State just unraveling right now. Got a double hit called there. But it was all caused by a great Annie Mitchum serve that forced a bad pass.
Served by Mitchum. Brinka gets the set on the outside. Diving save, Kahaka. You'll see it outside. Granado down the line. It is called out, but that was somewhat close as well.
I think she thought she got the touch, but then she backed away pretty quickly.
Well, not much of an argument by McKenna Granado on that one. So 12 serving 22. Hawaii looking to close the deal here. The slide to Maglio off the block. Outside, Brinka. And she is able to tool it for a Long Beach State point.
Brinka has been probably the most consistent player tonight. Although Barber's got 9 kills, Brinka also with 6, but fewer errors.
13 serving 22. You'll see it outside, Granado. Got that deep corner. Well, one line judge said in, another line judge said out. The ultimate ruling, of course, belongs to the up official. That's Dan Apol. He rules it out. So another point for Long Beach State.
Here's where Dave Shows, I think, has really got to be careful and manage the game well. Every time Long Beach State has gotten going, gets momentum, they all of a sudden serve the ball to the net. Very uncharacteristic.
6th service error for Long Beach State. We know what is riding on this one. Obviously, first place in the Big West Conference, but it's more than that. A conference that has been established as more than likely a one-team conference to the postseason. Hawaii closing in on first place. Time now for the Fujitsu Air Conditioning Cool Play of the match. We rewind back to set number 1. The dig by Annie Mitchum sets up the middle set to Emily Maglio, who puts it down. How about the effort of Annie Mitchum? That early play was certainly indicative and a little foreshadowing of what was to come.
It really was. Annie Mitchum was set to get a career kind of a night.
Here's Taylor from behind the line, blocked. She'll set up Granado. So they're going to call a mishandle on the Rainbow Wahine side. Well, actually, the up official, Dan Apol, calling a 4-hit penalty against Hawaii.
I'm not sure where the 4 hits came from.
Nikki Taylor, the floor captain, getting an explanation. Seems to be in agreement. Dave Shoji does not appear to share the same opinion. But it is now 15 serving 23. The serve by Anita Brinka into the net. It happened again.
Unbelievable.
And they rise here at the Stan Sheriff Center. A sea of white. Aloha ball for the match. And they'll have to hit the pause button for a moment.
Lorraine Iasia, a freshman, showing a little bit of nerves there.
So Megan Krudoff comes in, served it into the netter last time behind the line. Sends it long. And that's your match. And Hawaii sweeps Long Beach State. Ekahi, Elua, aloha at the Stan Sheriff Center.
And against a team that is formidable, to say the least. And it's the fastest match of the year. Do you believe that? The fastest match of the year.
After a loss at Long Beach State, Hawaii looked for redemption. It turned into annihilation. Well, that escalated quickly. 15th ranked Hawaii with a sweep victory over Long Beach State. Scott Robbs is with Dave Shoji.
All right, thanks a lot, Kanoa. Well, Dave, I know that's exactly how you drew things up, wasn't it?
I'm at a loss. I can't explain it. You know, we did all the little things. We just got touches, and then people would come up with it and ran transition, and we served tough. I mean, the whole game was just unbelievable. I kept saying, is this the real us or what? And our staff did a really nice job preparing this team for this match. We looked at a lot of film. We knew pretty much what they were going to do, and so the credit goes to everybody on the team.
Talk a little bit about Annie Mitchum, still making that transition to the outside. She looked like tonight she's been playing there her whole career.
Well, we gave her a ton of reps on the outside, set her a lot of high balls, and she just needed some confidence and go take a swing, and you saw what happened. She's so physical, 6'3", she touches 10-5. She got a great arm, she can play defense, so I mean, that's definitely the difference in our team.
All right, this puts you in first place, but you still have 5 more matches remaining in conference play. I know everybody's sky high right now, but how do you keep them focused for the main prize?
Well, I'm going to go right in that locker room and remind them that we have a match tomorrow night against a team that's given us trouble in the past, so we're going to get their attention right away. We'll celebrate for a couple minutes, but we're going to get right on Northbridge right away.
Enjoy it, Coach.
All right, thanks.
Dave Shoji, head coach of the victorious Rainbow Wahine. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Scott. Well, that was one to remember. The Bank of Hawaii players of the match, Neela Barber, 9 kills. Remember, this is a player who is averaging over 4 kills per set. Annie Mitchum gets the nod for Hawaii. That was a transcendent performance. 13 kills on 21 attempts. How about 0 errors, hitting 6-19, throw in 2 blocks, throw in 4 digs. We still have much more to talk about, so we'll send it away and be right back from the Stan Sheriff Center on a glorious night for the Rainbow Wahine. Well, as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, this was billed as the most important match for Hawaii this season. They have played against teams that are higher ranked this year for sure, but with everything that was on the line, right? First place in the conference. It is considered to be a one-team conference for the NCAA tournament, so whoever wins that automatic bid will probably be the lone representative from the Big West to play in the national postseason. So important for Hawaii to win this game. They are in first place. They put on a performance for the ages, Chris, but as you were pointing out during the break, they still have a little more work to do. The celebration can be intense tonight, but it has to be fairly short-lived because there's still a long way to go, 5 matches left in the regular season.
Yeah, they play a pesky Northridge team tomorrow night here at the Stan Sheriff Center on Pink Out night at 7 o'clock. Don't forget your pink, Kanoa.
I got it. I'm ready.
And then they go on the road for 2 pretty tough matches. They got to play Irvine, and they've got to play Davis. Not an easy road trip. And then they finish with arguably the next 2 best teams in the league, Santa Barbara and Cal Poly. And both those teams can upset anybody on a given night. And Santa Barbara's got that great freshman runs back, and that could spell trouble, and that's in the 2 weeks. So, you know, the party's not over, but I'm telling you, I have never seen anything like the performance they put on tonight in such efficient fashion.
The level that they played tonight, right? And this win, the way it went down, to be so dominant against an arch rival like Long Beach State, it was cathartic in many ways. But how surprising was it, and how good was that performance? In other words, if Hawaii were to be able to bring that level on a consistent basis, what are we talking about here?
That's a great question. I would say definitely round of 64. Definitely win in the round of 32. Definitely win in the round of 16. Definitely win in the round of 8 and maybe be a Final Four team. I'll jump out. If they play like this tonight, they could be a Final Four team. No question.
I mean, that is a Long Beach State team that has been a thorn in the side of this program so many times.
Forever.
And yet tonight, they were befuddled. They were bewildered. Hawaii had every answer. It was a thing of beauty to watch.
It really was. It was like watching a clinic all night. Like Dave Shoji was here to put on this little clinic about how to play volleyball against a really good team and a really good coach. and they did it. Players performed magically. Give a lot of credit, too, to the coaching staff. Lindsey Berg, Tom Pestalacci, Jeff Hall. They put all those, they watched a lot of video and then showed the girls the cut-up version of those videos, and then they watched a lot of it. Then they watched it again. So there's no question they were ready. They knew where the Long Beach players were going to go before the Long Beach players, state players, knew where they were going to go. It was one of those things.
One of those nights where it just all came together and a great crowd was able to take it in. Hope for a great crowd tomorrow night against CSUN. Again, you mentioned it is a pink out in accordance to breast cancer awareness, so definitely a good cause. We hope to see you here at the Stan Sheriff Center tomorrow. Don't forget about the Heineken post-game show, but that's it for us for now. For Chris McLaughlin, I'm Kanoa Leahy. Hawaii wins in 3 against the Beach.